Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video, I'm going to do a page-by-page flip through of my 12-month simple budget planner for mindful financial planning. I created this to be available on Amazon right now. I do hope to have physical copies that you can order directly from me. If you would prefer to support me directly, that would be great. When you open the page, the first thing is the inside cover. I'm not going to show you the inside cover on this side, or I might blank it out because my name and personal email address is there, but that's what I use this page for. And here is a very simple set of directions or instructions on how to use each section of the planner. I kept it very simple, not extensive, because I wanted the pages to be simple and easy to use. And if you would like to see a tutorial of how I set up like the calendar, how I do a monthly budget or a budget by paycheck or monthly mid-month check-ins, make sure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and you will find all of those videos to help you step-by-step use this. But I feel it's very easy, but please give me your feedback if you decided to purchase. So the first two pages that you will see once you get past the instruction page and the front cover is the budget calendar. It is a blank, undated calendar with the exception of the Sunday to Saturday start. Okay, it starts on Sunday, and then at the bottom there is a section for you to write any to-dos you have for the month, goals, and affirmations. It's on one page to try to simplify things. And then there is a vision board. Now, I like to think that everyone should create some type of vision board or set of goals to reach for in a new month, because a new month means new income, new things can happen. There might be birthdays, there might be special events, there might be things that are life-changing, and I think you should set your intentions every single month. So this vision board is blank with just a couple of, I want to say, encouraging words to keep you motivated. Set your intentions. You've got this at the top of the page, and then write the vision, make it plain, establish it at the bottom of the page. I started to write on mine, and so this is what I'm going to be using starting in January 25. Then after that, the next two pages are the top 3 goals page. This top 3 goals page again has little quotes to encourage you at the top and bottom. At the top of your top 3 goals page, it reads, "You are your only competition." At the bottom, it reads, "Big or small, you can do it." Again, everyone, especially if you're in the trenches with your budget, like you're paying down debt or you're saving for a really huge purchase, you need to be focused, and the budget has to be detailed in a sense that you know what you're reaching for before you even get to the numbers. And then the first page after your top 3 goals is the monthly budget. I'm going to bring it in a little closer so you can see. On the left side of the page is all of your planned income, your budget, and all of the expenses. I broke them down into different buckets, I like to call them. So first is giving/charity, and then you have savings and investing, monthly bills and expenses, and then cash or miscellaneous. And so what you would do is you have 3 income slots. So you would plan out what income sources and how much you would expect to receive, and then you total it up right here at the bottom. Same thing with giving and charity. If you are a person who prioritizes those things, you would write the name of the charity or person you're giving to, and then the amount on the right side. And then for savings and investing, I already wrote in my example for January. I'm going to be doing the Save 200 challenge, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and that goal is $40. So you write the category on the left side and the amount that you're budgeting on the right. And then you would total it up here at the bottom. Same thing for monthly bills/expenses. You just write the bill on the left side, or the expense, and the amount that you're budgeting on the right side. And then you total it up. And then you move on to cash or miscellaneous expenses. So this doesn't have a lot of section in this part for cash budgeters. So I've seen people with like 10, 20, sometimes 30 different categories, cash binders and whatnot. So I would break this down to what's most important, or even if you have to double them up, but this is that section here. And then of course you have an extra section for savings and investing if you can't fit them here, if you are a cash saver. So I just wanted to point that out. But then there's a section for what's remaining. I would suggest doing a zero-based budget, leaving nothing left to chance. So after you total up your income that's planned and you total up each bucket for giving, savings, expenses, and cash, and then you subtract it all to see what you have left. And then on the right side of the page is the actual income and budget. So it looks exactly the same. You would write the name of the category on the left side and then the amount on the right side, and then total up each bucket as you get to it. Okay? And then we're going to move on to the budget by paycheck worksheets. I really love how these turned out. I feel like it's going to be not only fun to do the budget, but it's going to help keep me focused on what's most important. So the first thing I did was I added a date of budget. So you can put your date in this little circle here, and then there are 3 income slots, and then you would total up those. The first line here is for your planned, right? And then the second line would be for the actual. Okay? And then you would subtract that from your total planned expenses to get what's left over. And then the same thing for your actual. You just write that in here. And then I left a section for a top priority, like what's the number one focus for this budget. Again, going back to your top 3 goals or your vision board, even your budget calendar. What is there that will help you stay focused every time you get a paycheck? And then there are 6 buckets here. There's one for giving, one for savings, one for investing, one for cash expenses, one for bills/expenses, and then purpose funds. Now, purpose funds is a personal name for me. They're basically heavily known as sinking funds. I just prefer purpose funds. So again, this is still not set in stone. So if you're looking to buy this, if you want to use this to help you manage your money in the year of 2025 and maybe beyond, you can always white this out and rename the bucket whatever you'd like it to be. So for each bucket, you have a type. So let's say, I'm going to give my tithe, and the planned amount is $70, and that's what I would write here. And then you have 3 sections in this bucket, and then you total up what's the amount for each section that you're giving, and then when you get to your actual numbers, you total that up. And then you move over to investing. It's the same thing. You write the type or the account where you're investing in, the planned amount, and then the actual amount when you get there. And that follows suit for each section. The bills section, purpose fund section, cash expenses, really, and your savings. Now for bills and expenses, I did include more lines in this budget book this year because, sometimes we have more expenses than we would like to. And then investing, I also increased the number of lines there. Cash expenses, I think, are about the same. Purpose funds definitely has more because for me, like, we have about 15, I think. We might be creeping up to 18, but focus on what's most important per paycheck, because you may not be able to fund every single one of your savings accounts in one paycheck, but do what you can. And then at the very bottom, when you're ready to close out the budget by paycheck, there's a zero-based budget section. So you just write your total income and total expenses to confirm whether or not you do have a zero-based budget. Percentages are important to me, and so I think anyone on a wealth building journey, or if you're reaching for financial freedom, you should know the percentage of your income that goes to giving, savings, and investing. So that's a little added bonus down there. I just made it a little bit smaller, and hopefully it's clearer for you. And then again, it repeats itself because there are 5 budget by paycheck worksheets in this workbook. So that's the first 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one here. And then the next page is a budget recap. Now, looking at this means if you like to recap your budget, do a quick review of how much did I give, save, invest? The different savings accounts, how much of the savings total went to those purpose funds, or that emergency fund, or that car savings, whatever it is. And then there's a middle section here where you can track your debt balances, the starting and ending. Hi, baby. You can check your savings, starting balance and ending balance, and your funds. Again, purpose funds, sinking funds, whatever you like to call them. You can track that here, and then there's a space for notes, goals, and reminders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of writing space available. And then there are 5 budget recap worksheets as well in this budget workbook or budget planner. And then the expense trackers. Now I changed these. I made the boxes a little bigger for those who write bigger or those who just like to see things more clearly, and as a way to encourage myself to not spend too much. So this is what you do. You track your expenses. You write the date of the charge or the withdrawal or the deposit, the account or where it came from, the type of transaction, if it was a transfer, if it was a debit, if it was income, the category in which it fits, bills, savings, investing, if you added money, subtracted money, and then what your balance is. I'm definitely going to be using these to track everything that goes in and comes out of our operating account. And I did include 4 expense trackers, and so they're all on one page here, the next page, front and back, this page. So there's 4 in each book. I'm hoping to just use 1 for the credit card, and the other 3 for me personally is going to be for my checking account where we do most of our budgeting from. And then after the expense trackers, you get a mid-month check-in page or worksheet. Now there's a date that a box you can write in the check-in date, and then you can write your total income received by mid-month. I left 3 incomes here because you never know. Maybe you did get 3 by the mid-month, but we'll see. I get paid weekly, so it's different for us. We get a lot of different paychecks. And then you total that up, and then you check your actual expenses, savings, and any cash that you have had in the mid-month. And this side says /miscellaneous, so that could be anything. Okay, and then you total that. And then you can break down your expenses, like what have I paid so far, or what have I charged, or what have I purchased so far in the month, and what are the amounts, and then you total it up. This is a good way, I think, to prep for the next month ahead of time, to say, okay, I'm spending a little bit more than I thought I would on utilities or for gas or for groceries or whatever it is. And then you can also do that for your savings. You can break it down here by the type of savings you did and the amount, and then total it up. And then also for giving / charity, cash / miscellaneous. And then you total it all up. I used to do my mid-month check-ins just like this. And then what you do is you can compare it to your monthly budget. So I would go back to my monthly budget to see what did I budget for giving for the month and where am I so far? Or what did I budget for my bills or other expenses like my car gas or travel expenses? Where are we with that? Okay? And so it helps to keep you focused on where your money is going. And then once you get to the end of the month, you would go back to your monthly budget, right here, and then you would fill in your actual income, savings, investing, everything. Total that up and see where you are. And then you can do a net worth, right? Net worth is not just for individuals who have millions of dollars. Even if you do have plenty of liabilities or debts and you don't have that many assets, it's still a good way to check what's going on with my money. I've been tracking our net worth since I was in student loan debt, and I shared that journey here on YouTube. So if you want to go back and look at our debt-free journey, the first go around, please go ahead and do that, because I tracked it every single month, and it was nice to see that number going up. And yeah, this is a good thing to track. So you would just write the name of the asset, whether it's an investment portfolio, your 401k, your individual retirement account, whether it's cash you have on hand, what's in your checking account, savings accounts, and then you write the amounts, you total them up at the bottom. And then you do the same thing with liabilities. Any credit cards, any car loans, any mortgage, whatever you have that you owe to someone else, you write the name of it here, the amount that you have left to pay, and you total that up. And then all you do is subtract your total assets from your total liabilities to get your net worth number. And then there's a blank page behind the net worth where you can do some brainstorming. You can do some pre-planning, whatever you need to get ready for the next month. Because the final thing in this book, which doesn't have to be the final page that you look at the end of the month, but it is a savings challenge. And this is the Save 200. It's the first one. My daughter wants my attention, so I'm going to pause and come back. So what I wrote on my monthly budget was to save 200 for January. Because I plan to save $40 per week, I put 40 and that's different. That should actually be 200. So we're going to change that right now. Actually, I've already messed up. I just realized this is not the weekly budget. This is the monthly budget. So for the month, I do plan to save that $200. Perfect. And you can budget this out however you need to, because each icon is worth $10, and so you would just color it in when you're ready to save that money, whether you're going to do it in physical cash or a digital like transfer from one checking to your savings. This is an easy way to start saving for the month, and I've already planned it within my January budget, so I know this money I have to save. Choose a goal. Where's this money going? Is it going towards vacation? Is it going towards a debt snowball payment? Is it going towards your emergency fund? Choose where it's going and then start. So that's how we ended the first month of pages in this budget planner. And it's simple and to the point, I think. Next month is the same. There's a budget calendar, a vision board, top 3 goals, a monthly budget worksheet, 5 budget by paycheck worksheets, 5 budget recap worksheets, 4 expense trackers, a mid-month budget check-in worksheet, and then a net worth worksheet, a blank page for pre-planning, and the next savings challenge, save $300. Each month, the savings challenge increases by $100 until it gets to $1,000, and then it increases by $1,000. So then you save $400 till you get until you reach month 12, where you get to save $4,000. I believe this is a total of $14,400 you can save in a year. Yep, $14,400 that you could potentially save in 1 year by using this budget planner. So that's it. A simple budget planner for mindful financial planning. Use this book for simple, intentional budgeting towards financial freedom. Track expenses, create a unique to you budget while saving as much as you can. And I appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to check this book out on Amazon. It is under $25, I believe. So thank you so much for being here. As always, continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.